Just 20 minutes away in Phoenix, independent candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. gave a speech this afternoon announcing he is suspending his campaign and supporting Donald Trump. So the lifelong Democrat turned independent, will he be joining the former president on that stage? Well, we will wait and see. We have a busy hour of news to get to on this Friday, and we have team coverage to help break it all down. NewsNation's Brooke Shafer is live in Phoenix, and Rich McHugh about 9 miles away in Glendale. We begin with Brooke. So Brooke suspending, not ending his campaign, but he says he's supporting former President Trump.
Yeah, that's right, Kelly. RFK Jr. making it very clear in his speech here in Phoenix that he has no intention, he said, of helping Vice President Kamala Harris or the Democratic Party, saying that he has had several lengthy conversations with former President Donald Trump, adding that the two disagree on some issues, but that they do agree on several others, like ending the war in Ukraine. RFK saying in his speech here in Phoenix that he no longer sees a clear path to victory amid some difficult polling and campaign finance numbers. He thanked his supporters and his campaign staff, saying that they were able to pull off what he described as a miracle to get to this point. He spent a good portion of his speech, though, Kelly, criticizing Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party, the lifelong Democrat turned independent, saying that his party, his former party rather, has shifted.
My uncle and my father both relished debate. They prided themselves on their capacity to go toe-to-toe with any opponent in the battle over ideas. They would be astonished to learn of a Democratic Party presidential nominee who, like Vice President Harris, has not appeared in a single interview or an unscripted encounter with voters. Who needs a policy when you have Trump to hate?
Now, Kennedy's family, who has long not supported his presidential campaign, released a statement in part following his suspension, saying that our brother Bobby's decision to endorse Trump today is a betrayal of the values that our father and our family hold most dear. Adding, it is a sad ending, they said, to a sad story. Now, the Trump campaign already fundraising off of Kennedy's campaign suspension and endorsement of the former president, though at this point they have not answered the question about whether RFK Jr. could get a cabinet position in a potential Trump administration. Those rumors certainly swirling this afternoon. Kamala Harris and her campaign, for their part, also released a statement saying, quote, that even if we do not agree on every issue, Kamala Harris knows there is more that unites us than divides us, adding they are now working for RFK supporters' votes. RFK also in his speech here in Phoenix, Kelly, adding that he will remain on the ballot in several states come November, though his campaign right now working to remove him from the ballot in several battleground states. Kelly?
All right, Brooke Shafer, thank you for that breakdown.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.